right on the back of all the back pages. As you can imagine, it's all about Arsenal and Abere Eze. Eze does it. It took me a while to get that. Does it. Eze does it. I was like, oh, that's a bit of a rubbish
Took you a while to get
I think it's just early in the morning, Ali. Then Gunners in Dreamland as well. But this is my favourite one. Back of the Sun. Happy ever after. Obviously, Abere Eze scoring the only goal of the game as Arsenal beat Palace 1-0. I suppose my first question is then to both of you, is this Arsenal's title to lose now? Because a lot of Arsenal fans are coming out and saying that.
No,
I know we're only 9 games in, but what do you reckon?
It's far too early. But I told you what I did. I can't lie. I fancied Liverpool to win the league, particularly all the signings, and that was my tip to win it. And then after Liverpool beat Arsenal, I actually stuck a few quid on Arsenal after that.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you?
I did. Oh, I did.
Why?
Absolutely.
What about that game made you think Arsenal?
Arsenal defensively.
Yeah.
I just thought they won't lose goals. They look. I think they're the best back four at this moment in time. By a distance.
They're probably best back four in the world.
It might be.
Look at...
Well, probably, because you look at the attacking teams, you know, the Parises and the Real Madrids and the Barcelonas, generally, if they're not all out attack, they're certainly more attack-minded than defensive. I think Arsenal I think you're right, they could be the best back four in the world. I don't think that's a daft statement to make. And I think what Jeff and I were just speaking about there, Olivia, I think that's the main reason. I look at the other teams and I just think they will lose goals, where Arsenal will not always go out and score threes and fours as we saw at the weekend. But I think generally speaking, they've got enough in their team to nick goals. Whether it's
they can't keep relying on set plays. They just can't. You know, this is the fourth game they've been involved in this season. In 9 Premier League games, it's finished 1-0.
Yeah.
Didn't win them all, obviously, and there's a 1-1 in there as well. For me, they've got great players. I love some of the Arsenal players. You know, I love Saka. I love Odegaard when he's playing. You know, I love Eberechi Eze as well. But please be just a bit more expansive. I mean, watching Arsenal against Palace was watching paint dry. It's the classic. It was purgatory. I started watching that match. I'd had enough of it before Arsenal had a shot, actually, because their first shot was 33 minutes when they scored their first goal. I'd turned over by then to watch Villa against City, which was a much better game.
Well, I started with Villa, to be honest with you. For maybe that reason. It was a Villa game I started with after I watched Hearts Celtic. So, yeah, I do take your point. But I also think, Jeff, I just don't think there's enough consistency, as we're seeing in Liverpool and City, to make it a
and that's the point. At the moment, the other challengers are too inconsistent. Yeah. I wanted defensively for us, and we saw Saliba go off, and Mosquera's come on, and by the way, he's been exceptional so far.
Oh, he has
exceptional. Could he be exceptional week in, week out in the title challenging team if they pick up injuries? Because he's just a young boy, you know?
I agree with you, but I think it was the Liverpool game actually come on. When
it was, yeah.
And I'll be honest, I genuinely thought that would be a problem for them if one of their centre-backs got injured. That was the biggest thing for Arsenal. But he looks as though he's come in and he looks the part. And they've got one or two options now. Which, you know...
I think that's the squad, I think, is the biggest reason why people are saying Arsenal. But you mentioned their defence. They've conceded 2 shots on target in the last 4 games. Ali, I don't want to get worried, but should I be getting worried about Chelsea's 15 goals in a Premier League season? Should I be getting worried that Arsenal are going to break this? They've conceded 3 goals in 9 games. Should I?
Yeah.
Really? Well,
and I'll tell you,
maybe more worried in March? I don't want to get worried now.
I wouldn't be worried now. If I was you, I would run about February. I'd give yourself to February. But they look the real deal.
If I was you, Olivia, I wouldn't be worried about historic records. I'd be worried about Chelsea right now.
Oh, I know.
No, Jeff. No, it's fine. Just a little blip. Well, you're probably better because I was on a weekend away. I picked a lovely weekend to go on a weekend away. Didn't watch any football. Watch Match of the Day. But I think it's really hard to gauge what actually happens when you watch a highlights package. But
well, you can talk about Chelsea and be concerned about Chelsea, but the one thing you've got to talk about Sunderland.
How good they are.
Oh man, they were terrific. I mean, absolutely terrific. Lively up front, work hard, organised. Yeah, I was.
And we will sing their praises a bit later in the morning. Thanks, Olivia. That was
Thanks,
a look
Olivia.
at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business. Andy, the Arsenal fan, says, Jeff, I've got to tell you a story regarding losing things on trains. My mum was travelling to Belgium on a train. During a stop at a station, she walked to the catering carriage to get a coffee. Little did she know the train was separating. One going on to Belgium and the one she was in heading back the way it came. Keys, phone and passport went on to Belgium.
No.
Andy,
No.
thank you so much for that. Brilliant.
I mean, that is a disaster.
I love it.